Well, good afternoon. It's my pleasure to have the program today. This was an open slot, and Bruce came to me and asked if I could talk with Coach Lavin, because as he said, we always have the football players here, we always have the basketball players. He wanted to make sure that the volleyball players got their due as well. And so I asked Samantha, and she was more than happy to come out. She was not able to bring all of the seniors. Some of them are in 4 counties, so that's kind of difficult for them to get time off, but 3 of them are here with her as well today. I want to thank her for coming out and bringing the gals with them to talk about their season. The record might not have been too great, but they were sectional champions. They made it to the district this year. So without any further ado, may we please have a Hicksville Rotary welcome for varsity football or volleyball coach Samantha Lavin. Can I pay you that?
That's a fine.
We got him.
Well, hello everyone. I am Samantha Lavin, the varsity volleyball coach at Hicksville, and I want to say that to start off, it's really nice to see more women here at the Rotary, because I've been coming here for a few years, and predominantly it's been men, and I like that there's more women here that are representing the community, so I really appreciate that. So I've been back at Hicksville for, this is finishing my 4th year, and in those 4 years we've done really, really well. 3 out of the 4 seasons we've made it to districts, so I've been really pleased about that. This year there has been a change in the divisions, and Hicksville is now in Division 6. There are 7 divisions for volleyball now, and we are competing against schools in tournament that I wouldn't have foreseen that we would have been playing in previous years, but some of the schools are bigger than us. I was told we're kind of in the middle of Division 6, but when I really look at the numbers, Mr. Obermeyer and I disagree of where we're actually at. So I'm like, no, we're actually kind of close to Division 7, but we're in Division 6. So of course, the first year that we go into a new division, we are competing against a team that is ranked 5 in the state, and then made it to state Final 4. And that was Tenora Rams, and they did amazing this year, but they definitely represented the division, and they definitely represented our conference. And with our conference, I feel this year it was probably one of the toughest years. Tenora, Fairview, I believe Paulding at one point, all ranked in the state. So it is very competitive, but there was some games that we played really, really well, and some games with Tenora, we had certain goals, and we actually did meet some of those goals when we played them. We had to play them twice. We had to play them in district semis, and we had certain goals, at least for myself, going into it, and we definitely achieved those goals. We wanted to be able to block more against their hitters that were, one of them, District Player of the Year, and things like that, and we did. We shot her down, which was an accomplishment in itself. We scored more points than we did the first time that we played them, and then afterwards, hearing a couple players talking to some of their friends as myself and another coach were standing outside, they were saying that they were going to get in trouble because of how well Hicksville played against them. So that made me feel really good that we did things against them in tournament that they weren't ready for, and that we really stepped up our game. So knowing what our potential is we've just done really, really well, and I've been very happy with the girls this season. Yes, the numbers, we were 10-14 overall, but we did play very competitive matches with some of our teams, and honestly, the hardest teams that we played against were in our conference. So when we're playing against Paulding and Tenora and Fairview and a couple of the others, those were probably the most competitive matches that we had, because then when we played in the BBC, or if we played like Wauseon, Swanton, some of those other Toledo teams, we competed very well against them and beat some of those teams. And in the previous year, they were in higher divisions. So knowing that we are playing schools that are higher than us, but with more numbers, but we actually are doing really well with them. For the season, we had, starting with what we call the mini aces. Really pleased with the numbers that are coming out of the smaller groups, the younger girls, because we had 6 from 3rd grade to 6th grade. We had 6 mini teams. We had 2 3rd grade teams, and I believe it was 2 5th grade teams, and then a 4th and a 6th. And so we're having really good numbers with the little girls that are competing, and we compete at the MAC in Antwerp, so it's really nice because it's local, and for parents it's a lot easier too, and they've been able to practice at Hicksville, and that has been really nice for them also. And 2 of the teams actually won the MAC championship for their age group. So that was really exciting this year, because we are competing with other schools locally, Paulding, Fairview, etc. So that was really nice for them. This year for high school, we had 7 records broken, and even with our season not being number-wise what we wanted, Elise Baldwin and McKenna Baird broke 7 records this year for volleyball at Hicksville. And Elise broke for hitting for this year, and then hitting in a career. And I think she is now number 4 or 5 for hitting in a career in the record books. So I thought that was pretty great. So it does show what we are doing on the court and what we're competing against, still being able to achieve these records. So I was really happy with that. And we have multiple records that are really close for next season, and McKenna is one of them, but there is also a couple other girls that are really close to achieving records. So we're hoping to have some celebration next year with possibly 1,000 assists or digs, and I will hopefully, if we win at least 10 games, then I will have my 200th career win overall as a head coach. So I told the girls there was no pressure, but we are getting 10 wins at least next year, or they don't want to see me, but no, it's been great as a volleyball coach. It's hard, it's enjoyable. I get to meet all these young ladies that are different in every way, shape, and form, and every day I go in, I don't know what to expect. Their personalities, I don't think when I played, our personalities really, I don't remember shining, and it was just we went to play. But these girls, they've been so enjoyable. I come in, there's something new every single day, whether we're in good moods or bad moods. They always, at some point, we're laughing, and that's really what we want to do as a program. Let's see. I think that is about it for that. I did have 4 seniors this year: Lydia Van Scooter, Elise Baldwin, Josie Smith, and Teslyn Reed, which she is at 4 County. And the rest of the coaches and I kind of called them our babies, because when I came back to Hicksville, they were the freshmen. And so we started with them, and they know everything now because we were the coaches. So now that they can take the sport and, give it to other people and give that gift from us. So, but they will be very missed. They were very big components on the court, whether it was hitting or Elise Elise loved to set, so I let her do that a little bit, and then I took it away from her, and then I gave it back a little bit more, and she really stepped in because she had not set before, but she stepped into that role. She was really excited to step into that role, and so I gave it to her a little bit, and that did help us out with our rotation for sure. And Josie in the back row, she was one of our DS's, and so she contributed to a lot of digs and serve receive that was able to get us to set and be able to hit the ball. And then Lydia was in the front row, and she stepped up more and more with her blocking, and she was way more consistent this year with her hitting, and sometimes with her arm, which we did not know what it was going to do, and we would think it was going to go out of bounds, and it didn't. It went right down the line in the corner, and we got the point, and we're like, don't know, they can't block it. We don't know where it's going either. So, so they all did really, really well this season for us, and we're sad to see them go. But first, I think Miss Josie Smith is going to start, so I will ask Josie to come up.
So as Coach Lavin said, I'm Josie Smith. My parents are Lucas and Angie Smith, and I've been playing volleyball ever since the 4th grade. My sister, she played it, and I always told my parents I like watching volleyball, but I'm not going to play it. But then I fell in love with the sport and have been playing it ever since. In the future, I want to be an ER nurse. So I'm hoping to go to nursing school, either in IU Fort Wayne or at BGSU. I'm not sure which one yet. And my favorite volleyball memory, I think it would be winning districts, because we made history with that, because no other team had ever won districts. And being able to see our name, like our year 2022 on the boards, just really made me happy, and it's just one of my favorite memories.
Hi, I'm Lydia Van Scooter. I'm daughter of Brandy and Cynthia Van Scooter, and I've also played volleyball since the 4th grade. Having my dad coach like the whole way through my whole career just playing, so having this like last year with him, pretty sad, but I've definitely enjoyed it. My favorite volleyball memory, I would say, I just think like hanging out with the girls, team bonding is so much fun. You never know what's gonna happen at all. Even in the locker room before games, getting hyped up, or just like even going swimming at Lisa's house when we had our team bonding. That was a lot of fun, and definitely a lot of memories made. And for my future, I'm looking into interior design or a marketing executive. So I haven't exactly looked of where I want to go yet, but I've applied to Toledo, but that is it. So I'm still looking through, but enjoyed this year of volleyball, and I'll definitely miss it.
Hello, I'm Elise Baldwin. I was blessed to be able to be the team captain for our team for the past 2 years, because Coach Lavin really likes me. So our season wasn't necessarily the best, but we're not going to remember the record anyways. We're going to remember the moments, the putting our own hair on sticks. So that's a little bit of a story. Our sophomore year, it was the year we went really far. We were doing team bonding at Molly Krawl's house, his daughter. And we were watching film, but we were making these little pom-poms for our student section. So we had these sticks, and we had some like tinsel, I guess you'd call it. We were putting them on sticks, but we were out of tinsel. So for our team bonding experience, we took a stick and we all cut off a piece of our hair and we glued it on the stick. So all of our hair was united. It was wonderful. And we won against Carrie. That was great. So I'd have to say that's probably one of my favorite memories, but just being with everyone overall. I mean, volleyball is fun, but the people are more fun. For my future, I'm going to go to Northwest State for nursing for 2 years. Hopefully I'll end up as a nurse practitioner one day. So yeah, that's really it. Thanks.
Well, are there any questions for the coach or any of the players before we wrap things up, I guess? All right. Hey, Elise, my daughter is starting in January. She's going to be an instructor in the nursing program at Northwest State, so she's an easy grader. Oh yeah, yep. Yep, she'll be joining the faculty at Northwest State in January, starting to teach in their nursing program. Probably. I just wanted to say that one of the most enjoyable parts of what I do is being able to cover the events at the school, and especially we have a lot of fun with the sporting events. I'm still amazed sometimes by the number of views that we get for the games that we cover, not only when we do them live, but when we post them. I mean, we do football games, volleyball games, and I look the next day and they've got like 1,000 views or more. It's a lot of fun. These gals have kept us on the edge of our seat a few times. They had a few volleyball matches where it was like the final scores were like 26-24 in game 1, and then 25-22 in game 3, and then 22-25 in game 3, and then they win at 25-22 or something like that. And every single game, you're like, come on, down towards the end. Coach Lavin has been a real joy to work with as a broadcaster. She's always available. I can go down and explain if we've got any issues or schedule conflicts or whatever, and she's always been very amenable, worked with us, and it's just been great watching these girls for this season, and we look forward to it every year. And I just want to thank them for agreeing to be my program today and coming out and talking with us a little bit, and wish all 3 of you continued success and best of luck in the future. And I'll be counting it down. I'll be like 10 wins. Yep. It's going to be on the air a lot next year. Like I said, I'm going to be embarrassing you as much as I embarrassed Jim when I introduced him as the Hall of Famer, Jim Seidler. So anyway, thanks again for coming on out. And that wraps up our program for today. And with that, I'll turn it back over to Jake.